In this video I'm going to show you how to create the 2D manufacturing drawing for the tutorial part that was shown earlier on the tribal video, and this part is also on our website, and you can also request a download for it as well from us. There's a link on our website for it. But anyway, this is the assembly, and what we're going to do, we're going to create a 2D engineering drawing from this. So before I do that, I just want to show you another feature here. That's the finished assembly here, and you'll see it over here. So that's the assembly with the various components in it, and you'll notice that in actual fact on an assembly the actual outline of the parts is yellow rather than blue, whereas you go to an individual part, then the actual parts are outlined in a different colour. So for now, that's the assembly, and I'm going to come down here, right hand corner of the screen, you'll see a thing there. It's a tricolour sort of icon. It says configurations, and if you left mouse click on that configurations button, you've actually got various options here. And what I can do is actually create a new design view for this, a configuration of this assembly. So our current one is default, so I've actually select the create button here. I can put one on here, and I'm just going to type dis for disassembly or whatever, and then come down here, and we've got exploded view option here, exploded configuration under advanced properties. Simply tick that box and say OK. Come back to the actual main configurations window, and I'm going to apply this. So we're actually currently on the we're still currently on the default, that one there. Now if I actually come back down here, and in here now you'll see the dis one here as well. So if I click on that one, and now what I can do, I can pick the individual components here, and I'll press F10, and I'm just going to drag that component out like so. I'm going to do the same for each component in this assembly, so I'll bring that one over there and maybe just move it out here a little bit, like so. Maybe move it up a little bit more. Let's drag it up a little bit more, like so. And come in here, pick that keyway, F10, let's drag that out, like so. And I can bring that back here a little bit. So that's our keyway. I'll move it up a bit more. So you position these where you like for the assembly. I'll pick this one up here, F10, and just drag that one up, like so. So that's basically our 5 components now shown in an exploded sort of manner. And what I can do now, if I come back down here and go to default, you'll notice that they go back to how they were, and in the deassembled sort of state we've got them there like that. So that's that. I'll just go back to default view there. I'll come up here now, and I'm going to save this, because before you create any new drawing you need to save the model. So I'll just save that, save as tribal 2, and I'm going to open up a draft document here. And what I'm going to do now, if you look under the 3D interface, you've actually got an option here under generate view called standard view. And if I click on the standard view option, it'll preview the model on the screen as it is, and I'm just going to use these buttons here. These arrows will actually give me a plan view of that part, and I'll say I want that view as a primary view, I want a right hand view, and I want a top view there, and I'll just say OK. And basically that'll go away, and it'll automatically create me those 3 views like so. Now if I go back to my standard view option here, and if I actually go to options, before I do that I'm going to go to, there's a from file button at the bottom here, and that will actually give you a screenshot of the model as it stands on the screen as it is now. And if I go to options here, I can in actual fact go to the fillet lines option here, and I'm going to say I want to export all, so that I actually see all the fillets and blend radiuses and so on. Go back to view settings there, and I'll set that as a primary view, and I should just say OK. And basically that will actually come in here, and in actual fact it will show me that model as it is in the default state. And I'm going to go back in here now, go standard view, from file, but this time I'm going to go to in config, I'm going to go and I'm going to select this, and that will actually show you the exploded version of that model. So let's go back in here, from file, and select this there, and I'll just put that one in there like so and go OK. And now basically I've got another version of that which is showing the exploded model like so. In actual fact what I'll do, I'll just redo that, because standard view, I'll do from file, and I'll go to options, and I'll say export all the lines, all the fillet lines, view settings. From that, click on the primary view, go OK, and basically now you can see the fillet lines on that exploded view as well, like so. So that's how we do that. You can also, if you want, under common here, you've got another one called Style Manager in Caxa Draft, and if you go to Style Manager, I'll do that. And actually, under Style Manager there, you come down here and you can change various features, aspects of the drawing, like so, for text and fit units, lines, arrows, dual dimensioning, and so on. And also, if I do the same thing again, I'll come down here and I go to text, and in actual fact, it's going to show me what the current state of, what I'm using currently for my text. I'm going to use Arial Unicode, and I've actually got a default text height here set of 12, so you can change that to suit. I'll make it 10 and go apply and say OK. So now I can come in here, and if I want, I could start putting a couple of dimensions on here. So maybe I'll go to dimension, and I'll pick dimension from here, and I'll just say OK, let's go for a dual dimension there. So I'll just pick on the corners of, say, the part, and just drag those up there, and they come in here like so. So again, I could maybe put one here, put one on here, and drag that over there like so, and so on. So you can start putting as many dimensions on here as you like to actually obviously make the parts or whatever. Base dimension just gives you you just pick one element like that, and you can just put your dimensions on and so forth. And I'll just pick that one there. Let's do a couple more like that. Maybe you want to put some dimensions between these holes, so I'll just put a dimension there, and I'll say from there maybe to the centre of that one, like so. And maybe again we'll put it from that one there to that one, and we'll put another dimension on under there like so. So you can quickly dimension your sort of views within the drawing. And now what we need to do, because it's an assembly, we probably want to put a bill of materials in here. So what I can do now is go back to 3D interface here, and I can say maybe import a bomb. And if I look in here, this should be the bomb for this particular one. So I'll just say OK. And I come in here, and you can see here that we've actually got, if I double click on that again, you can actually see these are our 5 parts comprising the assembly. So I'll just say OK to that, and I'll just zoom in a little bit. I'll pick up on here, and I'll just move that bomb somewhere away from the model. So we've actually got our parts there, 5 parts. I haven't actually bothered to put the individual names for each component in, but you can within the model. But for now, that's our bill of materials, and I need to now maybe put item number balloons around the model. So what I'm going to do here, I would just go to just find the where we put the generate item number automatically under remarks. So I'll pick on that one there, and in here this dialog box will come up, and you can say whether you want these balloons to go clockwise or anti-clockwise and so on and so forth. But for now, I'll just say OK to that, and I'll just pick on the view there, and I'll just bring these out like so, and we just put these in here, so you can actually see now we've actually got the balloons on here like so. And if I want, I can pick up on these. Just pick on that one there, and I'm going to move that one so it's not encroaching on that view there. And that's pretty much it. So what we've done now, we've actually created our sort of manufacturing drawing with our base views in here, and also our exploded assembly there. Just one other thing before we finish, you can also put start putting section views on here if you wish. So what I could do for now is, if I go up to here, under here we've actually got a section view up here under generate view. So I'll pick section view there, and what I'll do, I'll actually let's put a section view down through here. So I'll pick up there and come down here like so, right mouse click, and I'll say I want the view this side. Just put it in there, and you'll actually see that you've got your section view through there as well. And what I can do, if I want, I can actually go to edit hatch, pick on the hatch, and maybe I'll make the spacing a bit larger on that hatch view there. We'll go like that. So that's basically how easy it is to create section views. And you can also create detail views as well if you wish. So if I go to detail view there, I can maybe pick up on, say, this part here, drag that like that, press the right mouse button, and then basically I can put a detail view up here like that. So I just switch the orthogonal on, and I just go around here. Let's put it that way around. So we've actually got a section view here, sorry, a detail view here, based on that view there, and you can see that you can very quickly create very intricate sort of or detailed drawings from the model in double quick time. That takes literally a minute or two, and you've got your 2D drawing. The nice thing about that is that if you actually go back to your model in here, and maybe what I'll do, I'll just come in here, and if I drag a hole onto here like so, going down through the part, and go back to the actual drawing. When I go back to the drawing, it's intelligent enough to know that a change has occurred. Do I want to update the model? If I say yes, it will actually change those. So it'll put the actual sort of it'll put the these new features in each view that's affected by it. So you can see there's a hole there, and we've got a hole in our 3D views as well. And that's it. So that's pretty much how you can create engineering drawings very quickly, with the associativity between the parts and assemblies as well. So if you update a model, then the drawing will change accordingly. Hope that's okay.